day 5 and 6, and we're going to be starting with the page called Piano Key Names. What we've been doing is we have been calling the keys C, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're going to change that and we'll be adding the letter names. And so the first one we're going to change will be G. The G is under your fifth finger. So when you see the G for now on your music, you will be playing your little finger, number 5. So let's go ahead. Now this song here, I'm just going to play it through with you once. There's nothing new to learn here, but except for the G, okay? So, and that's not even new. That was a 5, so your fingers should be really comfortable playing this, counting out loud. And so I'm going to go ahead and play, starting with the G, and I'm going to count out loud. What I'll do is have the camera on the music for the first 2 lines, and then we'll change to the camera on my hands on the second 2 lines, okay? So here we go. Eyes on music, hand in position, making sure your thumb is on middle C, and we'll start on the G, and I will count. And I will count to 3 first, and then we'll start. 1, 2, 3, tick, tock, 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 tick, tock. Okay. The next concept you're going to learn is what's called a quarter rest. And just like a quarter note, it gets 1 beat. But what it is just a little silent part of the music that gets a beat. Okay, so you're just going to not play a note. In fact, you're going to lift your finger off of any previous notes so that you can have a whole beat that's silent. And the quarter rest looks like a squiggly line. You can see it on your music. Looks like this. So you're going to play the C, tick, tock. You're not going to play anything here, but you're going to count tick, tock. So that rest gets its own beat. It's a silent beat. And then, of course, on the half note, it's tick, tock, tick, tock. Okay, it's important that you understand rests and that you give it its entire beat that it deserves, that it's supposed to have. The mistake some students make is to give that rest not as much time as it's supposed to have. It's really easy because it's silent to hurry up and get to the next note. But I want you to take your time with the rest. It's kind of like taking a breath. Okay, so look at your music. I'm going to play this simple little exercise. So actually, I need you to see my hands on this one because I want you to see that on the rest, I'm actually going to make sure that I'm not holding the note down. So on the page quarter notes, there's a tick tock for a middle C, then there is a rest, and then there's another half note middle C. So here we go. Tick, tock, let go for tick, tock, and then tick, tock, tick, tock. So watch that again. The rest is going to get a whole entire tick tock. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Okay? Really simple. It's just one of those other things that you need to make sure that you pay attention to every little piece of detail, and your music is going to be beautiful. You're going to sound professional, and you're going to feel confident because you'll understand everything on your music. Okay, so you know what I want you to do on this one is actually just listen to the silence when I get to the tick tock. So don't play with me. Just follow along on your music. Okay? Look at your music and and listen and watch. Watch your music and listen to me play. Listen for that rest, okay? So I'm going to start with a G. Tick, tock, 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 tick, tock. Okay, it's that simple. Like I said earlier, the thing to watch out for is that you do give that rest its entire tick tock as if it's a note. It's really important that you do that. Okay, the next page, nothing new except for I shouldn't say nothing new, but as far as playing, there's nothing new. There's new knowledge on this page, and that is we're going to replace the number 3 with an E. So if you look, a simple way to remember, because sometimes you start getting all these letters and you don't know where you are. You're used to finger numbers, but the E is a backwards 3, okay? So you can think of the E as a backwards 3, and you're going to play your third finger for E. I want you to learn that it's an E, but that's just a little helper, just a little tip to help you remember. And so now the only numbers you have left is 2 and 4. So you have C as your first finger. You know that really, really, really well now. G, you know really, really well now, right? Because that's your 5th finger, and the very middle finger is the E, and that's your 3rd finger. So let's do that together. Okay, eyes on music, and let's get your hands in position. Don't look at your hands. Look at them to get your hand in position. The way I'm going to count this time, instead of tick-tock, I'm going to call it what it's called, like G. I'm going to say G tock, E tock, E tock, 2 tock. Hopefully that helps you more than it confuses you. I'm trying to help you by calling out the letters, and so you know where I'm at. So instead of saying the tick on the tick parts of it, I'm just going to say the name of the note that we're going to play. So G tock, E tock, E tock. So I'm going to start all over. Put your hand in position, and let's start together. I'm going to count to 3, and then you'll play it with me. 1, 2, 3, G tock, E tock, E tock, 2 tock, E tock, G tock, G tock, rest tock, 4 tock, 2 tock, 2 tock, 4 tock, E tock, C tock, C tock, C tock. Okay, now your turn. I'm going to count to 3, and you are going to play this on your own while I count out loud. Even though I'm counting out loud for you, count with me. Okay, I'm going to count to 3, and then you're going to start. Put your hand in position, your eyes on your music. 1, 2, 3, G tock, E tock, E tock, 2 tock, E tock, G tock, G tock, rest tock, 4 tock, 2 tock, 2 tock, 4, talk. E, talk. C, talk. C, talk. C, talk. Beautiful. You did a really good job. Pat yourself on the back because I can't do it. Awesome. I am so excited and that you're learning this and you're moving right along really smoothly. Okay, so the next page that we're going to, let me look at the computer here. We are on measures. And measures is just an the way that music is organized. So when you see music, they are organized into little separate little boxes, and they're called measures. And what divides them is called a bar line. You really don't do anything different with it. To demonstrate, let's go ahead and play measures together. Starting with your third finger on E. And let's just go ahead and play it together. I'll count to 3. I'll count out loud. You count out loud also. 1, 2, 3, E, talk. G, talk. C, talk. C, talk. G, talk. E, talk. C, talk. C, talk. C, talk. E, talk. G, talk. G, talk. G, talk. E, talk. C, talk. C, talk. Okay, so you can see that the measures do not affect, there's no pause in between, okay? And just play it as if there's no bar line there. On the next one, we're replacing the 2 now with a D. So this song, there's no numbers at all. There's no, it's E, D, and C. Those are the 3 letters, key names that you are going to be working with on this one. So let's go ahead and play that together, and keep your eyes on the music. I can't stress that enough. Count out loud with me. Actually, let's have you try this first without me. How about that? So let's go ahead. Put your right hand in position as usual, and I'm going to count this for you. I'll count to 3 first, and you'll go ahead and play it. So 1, 2, 3, E, talk. D, talk. C, talk. D, talk. D is number 2. C, talk. D, talk. C, talk. D, talk. Keep going. E, talk. D, talk. C, talk. D, talk. C, talk. Sorry, I put a little pause there. C, talk. C, talk. C, talk. C, talk. Well, that was actually a hold. I'm going to be talking about measures later and how many beats in a measure, but I want you, there's a question that came up about why, if there's only one note here, why do you have to fill it with rests, right? So why can't you just play this one note and be done with the song and not have to write anything else in the measure? It's because music is organized in a way that every measure has to equal the same amount of beats. That's what makes the song in balance and keeps the rhythm, keeps a rhythm. And so that's why these rests right here are filling in this measure. Even though they're silent, it still needs to be there technically, if that makes any sense. It wouldn't be, the music would be written wrong if we only left one beat or two beats in here. It needs to equal 4 because all of them equals 4. So that's just to answer any of you who are really curious about that, and for you to understand when we do start talking about that, you'll know ahead of time that every measure needs to equal the same amount of beats. We have Ode to Joy is going to be our last song, but first we're going to replace your 4 with F. So now you have no numbers at all. It's going to be all letters. And so there's a little reminder here. What I don't want you to do is I do not want you to write in the numbers next to these letters, okay? Don't write them in. Find a way to really remember them. For example, you already know C, and you should already know G, because those are the first two. And E is a backwards 3. So really, 2 and F are the two that you need to find a way to really get them under your belt. Just wrap your arms around them and get to know them really, really well, where they are on the piano, okay? F is number 4. So let's go ahead and play this together. This time I'll play with you, and let's go ahead and start with your third finger on the E. Here we go. I'm going to count to 3 first. 1, 2, 3, E, talk, E, talk, F, talk, F, talk, G, talk, F, talk, E, talk, D, talk, C, talk, C, talk, D, talk, E, talk, F, talk, D, talk, C, talk, C, talk. Okay, so let's go on to our very last song for this lesson, which is Beethoven's Ode to Joy. So let's go ahead. I'll play it with you this time. And again, I want your eyes on your music. I'm going to count to 3 to give you time to get ready to hit that first E. 1, 2, 3, E, talk, E, talk, F, talk, G, talk, G, talk, F, talk, E, talk, D, talk, C, talk, C, talk, D, talk, E, talk, E, talk, D, talk, D, talk, rest, talk, E, talk, E, talk, F, talk, G, talk, G, talk, F, talk, E, talk, D, talk, C, talk, C, talk, D, talk, E, talk, D, talk, C, talk, C, talk, C, talk. Whew, it's a lot of talks. A lot of tick-tocks. It's going to be easier when we get to say 1 and 2 and 3 and. The tick-tocks is just trying to keep us on a regular beat. So